Hello, investors, and welcome back. I am bullish on SNDL or sundial growers. I want to be talking about that during this video and why I'm so bullish. If you have had the opportunity to get this in the 50-cent range, anything under 60 cents, I think you did a fantastic job. Just keep adding as long as it stays in these low prices. In this channel, I like to talk about buying low, and then, of course, you want to lock in profits and sell high, especially if something gets overvalued. But if you see strong growth potential in a company and it's a complete turnaround like Sundial, I would say that this is a good position to hold long term for this company. They have to do nothing besides just prove themselves, and the numbers are about to come out. Let's take a look. Now, let's talk about volume first, because I've got FinViz pulled up here, and you can see out of the top 5, we've got in the sector, healthcare and industry, drug manufacturer, we've got Sundial, which dropped to number 3, and number 4 is Tilray. I like to watch both of those, and typically you'll see 100 million trading volume. This was about 70 million trading volume yesterday and 60 million, so we're starting to lose some trading volume, which makes me think that a lot of people are playing options instead of trading stocks on this right now. Now, hopefully we can get people to hold their position, because it is absolutely obvious that this is a play you want to buy and hold as a future investment, but you're going to have some traders in this play also. Now, everybody's going to trade this differently. As long as you're making money, I'm happy. Inflation accelerated to 8.5% in March. This was expected to be 8.4. I think you started to see people preparing for inflation, and then today was a green day. Now, if we look at legislation for the removal of flour from the federal controlled substances list, this is supposed to make progress towards the end of this month. So you could see a little bit of a sell-off after earnings, because people are expecting a good earnings from Sundial. Then it could pick up some more momentum, just depending on what comes out of earnings. Hopefully they'll hold a conference call. Hopefully they'll talk about amazing guidance, extended guidance that they're going to have with this acquisition that they did that basically is going to 5x their business in the matter of 3 months. So they need to report another quarter of financial results, because we're not going to see it yet. But I'm going to show you something. At the end, I think at the end of this month, we're going to see another catalyst as this legislation makes progress. Now, everybody is waiting for April 14th, and that's only about a day or two away. It's on Thursday. So today's Tuesday. We got Wednesday, Thursday, April 14th, 2022, on or before. Now, something could happen tomorrow where we get the financial statements. We could get the financial statements at close of business tomorrow. They could hold a conference call on the 14th. Now, what's more likely to happen is they'll release the financials on April 14th, and then we come back on Monday, because the markets are closed on Friday. They'll hold a conference call. Hopefully they hold a conference call, because we want to hear about this guidance. Now let's go straight into these revenue estimates, because I want you to see these percentages. For the end of this year, we're supposed to be up 14.7%. And then in March, next quarter, we go up 572.7% for a revenue target. So I may not have been right previously in another video. I think I mentioned that we have to look at March, April, May, and it might be another quarter before we recognize the financials of Alcana. It could happen as soon as this next quarter, where their financials is going to go, where they're going to get reported. So somebody pointed that out in the comments below. Want to be conservative whenever I'm managing expectations, but I believe, and according to what the revenue estimates are on Yahoo Finance, we should be recognizing this next quarter, March 2022, 161.23 million on the high estimate for revenue, which would be a 572.7% increase. And then you see this is the overall year, which would be, hopefully we're going to beat that. So we were looking at accomplishing 49.75 million for the year. We'll have to see how the year closes out. That's based on 5 analysts' price targets. And then the end of next year, you can see 1,000. This is the end of 2022. 1,321% increase in revenue. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? If you're not in this play, this is why I'm absolutely bullish on SNDL. 1,321. So call options. I was just curious. I wanted to pull up the call options to see what's happening as far as volume. I don't see a lot of trading volume going for call options in the end of this week, April 14th or April 22nd. Now, there is some bearish sentiment. If you go into April 29th, you're going to get some red here, just a little bit, not too much. So I would say that the legislation, it's not, maybe a lot of people aren't expecting that to happen, but people get this stuff wrong. I think that there's potential that there could be a shock and surprise as far as legislation progress. Maybe they will do what needs to be done at the end of this month, and it's only a positive catalyst if it happens. If you're getting in at these prices, I don't know how much longer we'll sit at these same prices. I'll say that again and again. Now, I've brought this up before, the retail banner overview, but for those of you that don't know anything about the history of Sundial, just look at this chart. And I like to call it, there's several pillars in here and then two segments. So we've got the flower segment, we've got the liquor segment, and you can see there's 5 pillars underneath here. And this is the revenue stream that we're starting to collect from the Spirit Leaf brand, and that's 161 million. We haven't even started to collect this 140, this 344, this 163, or this 104. And this is why I've been covering this like the last 2 weeks, is because this is so obvious. All you have to do is just set it and forget it. Let's talk about those numbers of where you could buy low. I've made some adjustments to my charts since the last time I talked with you, and I had this set at 60 cents. I said that I was going to come back and look at it, and I was really going to start adding to my position at 60 cents, because at that point, that's where we started to get the legislation news. This was running up in preparation for a positive earnings, down from that 43 cents, that 45 cents, where I initially added to my position and talked about that in the Discord. Now it's sitting at about 56 cents, I believe. Right now I've got this at 56.90 as an ad. If you're busy and you're working and you just want to set it and forget it. Now, of course, this is not financial advice, but I would say on the low side, and you can see this has dipped below that several times, and it's made it as low as 41 cents. So we're not guaranteeing that this is not going to have anywhere from a 6 to 8% drop, or even drop after earnings. But earnings are supposed to please, and it even says that in the news release that they're supposed to be record breaking. So I'm expecting good things out of earnings, but oftentimes you'll see this run up leading to earnings, and then it's a sell the news event. But I believe long term, if you're holding this as a long term position, you don't have anything to worry about. 56 cents, no matter how much they've diluted this, when they start pushing 500, 600 million for revenue, I think that that's a 5x to the business on the price that we see now. I think this also has to at least 3 to 4x in price, along with that revenue stream, along with whatever else they plan on doing. So even the CEO took over for Nova Cannabis on the board. So I see a lot of positive things happen. So watch this price here at 56.90. I would say if you need to set it and forget it price. Now, we didn't break through that 61.84. You can see this green candle in the 4-hour chart right here. It did not break this action here all the way back at April 7th, and then today on April 12th did not surpass that. So you've got some resistance there. We want to see it also get up here in this resistance of 79 cents, 86 cents, and if we keep scrolling out, we need to bust through 95 cents and make it over $1. Will that happen by the end of April? Will it happen after this earnings? I'm not sure, but I am not a fan. Me personally, I'm just not a fan of buying options on this play. I would be a complete shareholder, and if I was going to buy an option, it would be the 50-cent option so I could exercise it, so I could own shares of Sundial at a 50-cent cost average because I do believe that this is a long-term hold. That's all I got. I'm very happy to be back. We're going to be talking a little bit more in this channel about crypto. Can't wait to catch y'all up and give away some free items that I got from that convention. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give the video a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear about more stocks, be sure to subscribe to the Patreon. It's as little as $5. It's like buying me a coffee, and goes all the way to $25. There's 3 increments of prices. You can find that in the description. And I will be talking about in my next video how to get $100 for free. So be sure to tune in on my next video, and I will see y'all in the next one.